It's not a man I can just talk about, out of the assumption of other views, but from the lens of my own parents. So, and I hold in a high esteem, in the same context with George Bush, I hold George Bush in a very high esteem because of the impact that he made in my home. I think that's powerful, there's so much correlation, man. Correlation of leaders that transcend. I don't discredit leaders who make impact in their jurisdictions or in the country and stuff like that. No, I'm just saying people who have the ability to just elevate. What their name can be spoken in the mouth of other people who never met them, but their influence, that's powerful. That's what we call legacy. And that's the thing that I always want to be. I don't just want to be a man who just make an impact in a certain demographics or certain race of people. You know what I mean? You want your legacy to transcend. What folks from other places on earth that most people never been can say yes. That's individual through his humanitarian service, through his lifestyle, through what he done. I benefited from that. I think that's what legacy is all about. That's the factors in legacies. He lived his lifespan. 100 years, there's no way. 100 years of credibility. People live lives and there are loopholes in their lifespan. Jimmy Carter lived a life of legacy from the day he was born to the day he died. Not too many people we know that have lived legacies like that. When you were born with that impact, and it just transcend all through. You can look at sequence of lifestyle and see every systemic operation of humanitarian. And that's a lifestyle. I want to wake up every morning, knowing that whether you like what I do or not, but it's sequential. It's sequential that you can trace me and say every day he does this. And that's what we call legacy. That's why when people die, we remember, we retain. Other around the world retain. While other people die and they're forgotten, some people's life lives on because they kept a consistency of what they did. And that consistency adds on to legacy. Whether we like them or not, it's legacy. And Jimmy Carter is indeed, man. If I were to list prominent figure that I indeed give credit, max credit, M-A-X, max credit. Jimmy Carter would definitely be one of my selected few. Indeed. I look at legacy over anything. Because that's what stays when we die. Everything else we do, it's beneficiary to an extent. But if you don't do anything, if nothing is done beyond what we normally do, when you die, you just die, and that's it. Folks celebrate you for that moment, and that's it. But some people's legacy is so imperative, and so impactful that when they die, they still like they live with us. That they're still around, that you can mimic and reference things that you see other people doing. Be like, Jimmy Carter did that. Okay. Jimmy Carter did that. You can say, I know people. When you see certain things being exhibited in front of you, you can just line other people who done it, and that's what we call legacy. A lot of people just wake up in the morning with no intentional legacy in mind. They just wake up in the morning with their own self goal, and they achieve those goals, and they die, and that's it. And we got folks who wake up in the morning to achieve goals that are beyond their goals. It's powerful. And that's what made Jimmy Carter one of the greatest. Look, humanitarian, to be a humanitarian, or philanthropists like Bill Gates and some of the greats. Look, you got to get up in the morning thinking beyond you. One of the reasons why a lot of us don't elevate, because we wake up in the morning thinking about our needs, what concerns us, while other people thinking about what concerns others. And that's how you elevate. My dad says something. He says, the plane propels not to just raise from the floor, to stay up in the air. That's the essence of why yet I rally to stay up in the air, not to just elevate, but to stay up there. That's the reason why they're playing. A lot of us get up in the morning, we do the regular norm. The regular norm. We don't do nothing else beyond other, just a regular norm. And we expect our legacy to live on. Come on now. You know? You gotta be admired for something, whether it's good or bad. You gotta be remembered for something. And Jimmy Carter is a prime illustration. A hero, a leader, a role model, a prominent figure, a man who lived his life with extreme credibility. Not too many people we know. Not too many people we know who live their lives with essence of credibility. You know? So I'm just giving my credit to Jimmy Carter because of my mother and father. And I met him, side with him, work with him to assist those in my country execute better livelihood. You know? So indirectly, I have met him indirectly because my parents, mother and father. You know what I mean? But Jimmy Carter, rest in peace, man. Your legacy will forever be remembered for generation and generation and generation. And may that legacy of yours spell to others, including me. You know what I mean? And beyond the globe. You're a leader, man. You're a champion. I love you. God bless.